Yo, what it is, people, what it is, man. Welcome to the NXT Halloween Havoc predictions on Unhinged with Main Event Fro, the most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. And today, you with your boy Wally. But right now, we're going to come in here real quick. We're going to talk about these predictions and what we got going on for tonight. As this show starts at 6 p.m. Central and I think 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's get into it, right? Let's go on to the first, which one of the many matches of tonight's showcase. We got Ethan Page, the champion, going against the other champion, El Hijo de Dr. Wagner, for the NXT North American Championship in a Day of the Deaths match. I think this is a no DQ match or something of that nature. Don't really know what the Days of No Death match it really is, so sorry if I don't have that context. But I think it's a no DQ match, pretty much the same, right? And you already know the North American title is on the line. So let's give you guys what is up on stakes and what people are saying out there in the internet. So this person has said this statement saying, I'm surprised they decided to turn that AAA World Collides Random Latin America Championship Fatal 4-Way into something to milk more matches out of it like this. That's not to say I'm opposed to seeing AAA talent used in this fashion, as I think that's a good idea. However, I didn't think that pairing Wagner and Page had any legs to it like this. Go figure. In typical Halloween Havoc fashion, this Day of the Dead match is just a no DQ match with a gimmicky name. Okay. Okay, I guess I was right. Since Wagner is already a champion in AAA, he's not winning the belt. Not winning this belt. Prediction is Ethan Page for the retain. And naturally, I would agree. I don't think so. They're gonna do it, right? It's like if Ethan Page didn't win, the Latin American Championship, I don't think so. Wagner's gonna win on a one-on-one against Ethan Page for the North American Championship. So it's just fair grounds on that. Hopefully, it's gonna be a good match, especially since it's one-on-one. So, hey, no more, no less. Let's go on to the next one real quick. And we got the Hardy Boys going against Dark State in a Broken Rules match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Now, honestly, I'm going to be real with you. I don't think the Hardy Boys really needed to quote-unquote broke out the Broken Hardys gimmick, let alone with their gimmick match of the Broken Rules, especially for Dark State, because Dark State is not that very much up there, in my opinion, as far as deadly tag teams to what they've already done so far. I mean, yes, they did some reckoning, they did some damage, but they're not that much of a high-end threat to the point of like, oh, they're over the bar. They just, they just trashed through the bar. But hey, look, let's hear what the predictions had to be said here, and let's go on from there. This is uninspired, lazy, and disappointing. I don't think anyone wants to see this, no matter who ends up facing the Hardys. The best case scenario is that this is just a bland rematch. Unfortunately, the worst case scenario is that Dark State wins the title back, and there is a very good chance that happens. Prediction. I'm 50-50, but leaning towards Dark State, sadly. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It does seem like that, because if I'm not mistaken, Broken Rules is pretty much the same thing, like a no DQ match. And right now, 4 against 2, it just seems like the odds are stacked against the Hardys, so this makes it way more easier for Dark State to retain these titles, in my honest opinion, unless Hardys get some help along the way in the match. So with that said, yeah, I'm leaning more so to the Dark State as well in this match. I just pray and hope that it's good. But honestly, even on the other side, I do hope that the Hardys retain, because at this time right now, right? So the tag team division right now sort of getting a little bit stirred up with OTM back. They're making some noise. and it may be helpful for them to win the title. Maybe, who knows? I don't know, but it, very much is looking very interesting right now where everything is going. So, look, we'll see what happens though. But for my official pick, yeah, I'm going with Dark State. Up next, we have for the NXT Women's Championship, we have Jessie James, the champion, going against Tatum Paxley. And look, from my own opinion, I got one thing to say about this. This is probably the most funniest shit ever because I ain't gonna lie. Who honestly believes Tatum Paxley's gonna win this title tonight? Who honestly believes Tatum Paxley's gonna win this title tonight? Who really wins? Who really thinks they're gonna win this title? Look, I've definitely said on this channel more than once about how I feel about Jessie James, but it's a turn of events and some clarity. I'm gonna let that go. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, I don't even think so. Tatum Paxley can really beat Jessie James, even on her best day. Even on her best day, I don't think so. She can. So this is really just a filler match in my honest opinion, and it's just more feeding for Jessie James at this point. That's how I look at it. But let's look at what this person has said about it, and let's see how they speaking on it. This person states, for Tatum Paxley, they didn't do that girl. They didn't do that girl any favors when they try to push her. Every time she given something, it comes with the caveat that she is very clearly not taken seriously. I mean, of course, you can't sell the happy girl, but that's gothic, and then flip it, and then one moment she's the dark girl that's gothic. They don't know what the fuck they're doing with her. Just the same way they don't know what they fucking doing with Wendy Chu. You got two dark characters, but you don't know where you're selling one or the other. You got a dark character that's selling a horror, story, like bedtime story coming out of the woodworks, out of your bed or out of your closet, and then you got this gothic crazy chick that neither good, bad, you don't know what the freak to expect because it's just backwards thinking. It really is. But let's keep going. Winning the Battle Royal in the fashion she did and having this match here just screams we wanted to feed the goth girl to Jessie at Halloween Havoc. I mean, at this point, it's pretty much the case. Laney Rain will probably be the reason James retains as well, since they'll push her as the newest member of Fatal Influence. I mean, she already is at this point, in my opinion. I mean, wasn't she not standing with her that same night before the show? So before this all drops. So yeah, like the last NXT show. So that's obvious. In any fashion, Paxley is a sacrificial lamb. That sucks. I like her. And of course, they went for the prediction of Jessie James. I mean, look, I think straightforward, but honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you. Even if Laney or neither I forgot the other chick name. But even if Laney were to get involved, or even I hate when I don't remember these names off the top of my head. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Give me a moment. That's what happens when you don't remember names off the head. Stella Henley, right? Even if those girls were there, right? The biggest thing that you have to ask yourself for is Izzy Dane gonna help her out? That's the real question you gotta ask yourself. Is Izzy Dane gonna help Paxley win the title? And I ain't gonna lie, I think she will help sabotage. I think she'll even be there ringside. That's the real thing. That's gonna be the real thing right there. So that's gonna be the questionary tale. But we'll see what happens though. But I got Jessie James retaining. It don't matter. Up next, we got Ricky Saints going against Trick Williams for the NXT Championship. And let's be real, I ain't gonna lie, this is a pointless match. Why? How can you say it's a pointless match? Well, it's common sense. Ricky just got the title. And two, who believes Trick is going to take this title off of Ricky right then and there? Clearly. Because if that's the case, why not let Trick beat Oba for the title? And I'm gonna say this even now, right now, before I'm gonna save my final thoughts for this after. But let me read what they said. Right, Ricky Saints just won this title. He's not dropping it this quickly. And to someone who was already a 2-time champion before and just lost the TNA World's title, these two have had their run-ins, so this is a match that makes a lot of sense. Ultimately, it ends with the Saints retaining. Prediction: Ricky Saints retains. So of course, obvious, common sense. It is what it is. But let's be honest. Ricky Saints is only having this match with Trick is because he needs to look believable for winning the title. Because again, I don't think so. No one loved how Ricky Saints won the title off of Oba Finn, especially me. Because if that was the way to beat Oba and to only win against Oba, I'm gonna sit here and tell you right now, clear as bright as mother loving day, Javon Evans was robbed of the freaking title. I'm saying that right now. The young OG was robbed of the NXT championship. All because Ricky Saints is the more popping star that's selling tickets or selling whatever that makes you push him further, which honestly, he had no real reason getting the title in the first place. You lost your title. You only faced one person in a match. And then lucky enough, you get to face Oba Finn. That's some bullcrap. It's just some real BS. There is no working towards the title anymore. There is just handouts. That's all you're getting, handouts. Literally. That's all these people out here are getting these days. They're just popular and just getting handouts. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to social media of wrestling. Of world entertainment wrestling. Literally. This is a joke. This is a joke. It's a fucking joke. But yeah, look, we all know what time it is, man. We all know what time it is this match. Ricky Saints gonna win this match. It's all it is. It's all the writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. Up next. Oh, and this. Speaking about the writing on the wall, dog, I ain't gonna lie. This by far is the most funniest thing right here. The storytelling here, I think this is probably the most funniest, yet the most peak storytelling if they do it right. And I'm going to explain. Well, first and foremost, let me say this, right? This is for the NXT's Women's North American Championship. We got Sol Ruka. Well, it was supposed to be Sol Ruka, but in her place, it's going to be Sarah going against Blake Monroe. Now, help me understand this, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't we not saw Blake Monroe lose a weaponized steel cage match against Jesse Jane? I mean Jordan Grace. Did we not see? I said Jesse Jane. That's so horrible. Yeah, against Grace. Did we not see her lose? What other match has she won since then? To my memory. Again, we're giving another title away for free just because you're popular star. This is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Again, social media era of WWE. Literally, it's you're the big star, you're the big money ticket, you're the big driver. That's all you get to be the star these days. That's all it takes. Forget earning the title. You can just earn it by just being the biggest star we have, and you have to have a belt. This is a joke. It's a joke. But this is the most funniest story I ever heard. This is actually the most unique story I ever heard. But I like it if they do it right. But let's get into it, right? This is what they said. I've been saying this for the longest time that I think Sora is going to be the one to dethrone Sol Ruka once they split. The breakup has been long enough teased that it could happen very well soon. However, Monroe, not being the top champion on the brand by now, but fighting for this title has me questioning my prediction now. Maybe the plan is to split Sol Ruka, but not to have Zora win the Women's North American Championship title. Right? Maybe she wins the Speed title instead. Or nothing. And Monroe just wins this. and that helps break up Ruka, either by Sora turning on Ruka outright or inadvertently costing her the match. I'm on the fence about this. My prediction will probably change back and forth up until the show. Update. Sora is now replacing Ruka, who is injured. This still makes me 50-50. Does Sora drop the title and Ruka blames her, or does Sora retains and keeps the tension going? Predictions at the moment, I think Blake Monroe wins. So here's my true official thoughts on this, ladies and gentlemen. This honestly is a do or die moment either which way. Because again, Blake Monroe doesn't deserve this title because what has she done for it? You lost against Grace. That should already tell you you don't deserve a title shot. You lost against Grace. You didn't win the weaponized steel cage match against her. So you getting a shot just don't make no sense to me, other than you just being a popular star. Congratulations. 2, how do I feel about Zora replacing Ruka to help her keep the title? Well, let's get one thing clear. As we all know, the last show, she said that Ruka said that she will not be able to compete, and she is technically injured. But we do not know how long she's injured. Now, why is this important, ladies and gentlemen? I want you to understand this key component. See, if Ruka is injured for a long time, and Sora has to keep maintaining the NXT's Women's North American title for her, what that tells me is this. Eventually, Sora may not want to give back the title to Ruka. Why not? Because she believes she is the right owner of the Women's North American title, and she's sick and tired of waiting in line to be the it factor. Because I ain't gonna lie, let's be real. WWE, you literally freaking bought Zora, got her from the Indies cards, and brung her to WWE because she was one of the 3 it females out in the Indies, along with Stephanie Valkyra, along with Julia. You brung her along too in that 3-way package. And when you brung her along, you brung her along very explosively. Now you just tanked her and just sit her in the back sceneries. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. And let's be honest, I ain't gonna lie. If all y'all saw what Zora looked like without makeup, you know she's a baddie. Oh yeah. Shit. Woo. Boy, I ain't gonna lie. I saw what that thing looked like without makeup, boy. It's true what they say, man. The getup will change the whole image of what you look like. And boy, I was like, damn. But look, enough of that said. All I'm saying is this. I don't like the idea of Zora being the speed champion. It just don't fit her aesthetics. I mean, it may fit her aesthetics in the sense of her dethroning her enemies fast and quick, and that's understandable. But nah, I ain't feeling it. She deserves to be the top star. I think she deserves the North American title. I'm good with it. The only problem is WWE going to be good at it? Because the reality is this. Who do you put ahead of who? Do you put Zora ahead of Blake Monroe? Or do you put Blake Monroe ahead of Zora? It all depends. I think Blake Monroe is a character that just deserves more time in NXT because her reign sort of seems like someone that is going to work in the long run of other factors. But you want it to be of that other key factors along the way. Plus, if you ever heard of some of the backdrop stories of Blake Monroe, funny enough, Blake Monroe could have actually joined the main roster versus going to NXT. She didn't have to go to NXT. She chose it because she wanted to build her brand longer. So understanding that, which I'll speak of that in a different video, maybe here or on my own channels, if I ever get a chance, right? Understanding what Blake is doing with her popularity standard point in WWE, you would have to understand she's playing the long game. So again, who do you benefit first? Do you benefit Ruka, or do you benefit? Ruka. Do you benefit Zora, or do you benefit Blake Monroe? I think honestly, you benefit Zora because there's just no point in really is there's no point of saying, okay, you're gonna bury Zora for Blake Monroe for the NXT title, only to give Zora the speed title, which honestly ain't really that popular anyways. And plus, it's on a time limit. And again, I get it, right? Zora is a dominant force. She may be not playing around no more. She's gonna really get it together. She's gonna really be, locked in, and she's gonna really start smashing people. Right? I can get all that. I can see all that. I can get all that. That makes perfect sense. But honestly, Zora is bigger than the speed title than it is. So I don't like it. I just don't like it. So yeah, I honestly believe Zora for the NXT title. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section about this. But yeah, let's keep going on. So last but not least, and honestly, this might be my most favorite match of the whole show. We got a tag team match with Javon Evans and Leon Slater going against La Parka and Mr. Iguana. Bro, this is going to be probably the best match of the whole night. I'm putting it out there right now. The best match of the whole damn night. Put money on it. Best match the whole damn night. I promise you, this will not disappoint. I don't care about almost any other match. This tag team match will be the match of the night. The match of the night. But let's read on to what they say about this match. They could have way more fun with this match at Halloween Havoc than they're going to, which is disappointing. Overall, I don't think it's necessarily something that should be on the card, given how it's a tag team with no stakes or anything. But it is at least fun to see an NXT guy team with a TNA guy against two AAA guys, where those four are as great as to watch as Evan and Slater, and both Parka and Iguana are luchadors. It's a lot better than giving OTM a match on the card or whatever. These people throw OTM a did. That's some hating shit. But they predict Javon Evans going and Leon Slater for the win. And look, I'm good with. I don't care who wins this match. Honestly, this match is gonna be great no matter what. Cause I love La Parka. La Parka, he's one of those guys where you see him in the ring moving and dancing, grooving. I love his character, dog. I love his character. His character is a vibe. Mr. Iguana is definitely the dude with the swagger. Look, he's a swagger with them damn iguana pet on his fucking shoulder. So he got swagger out the ab. He's definitely one of those guys that can be a massive star if he was in a different wrestling promotion right now, straight up. So, I love this match. I think this match is going to be literally touted. I mean, people may think that this might be a nothing tag team match that's basic, but I ain't gonna lie, this may be the match that sets the tone. I wouldn't be surprised if they started the match with this match right here as the first show coming in. I wouldn't be surprised, because this is literally going to be good. I believe it's going to be a great match. For me, like I said, I really don't have no one to really pick, but I could see Javon Evans and Leon Slater win this match for sure. And yeah, but other than that, man, look, great match between the two no matter what. This is gonna be nice. I do see this as the must-watch match of the night. I think it's going to blow off the roof. I think it's going to be the starting piece that really lifts the crowd up during the show. So, yeah, that's what I got. But look, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the predictions of NXT Halloween Havoc. You guys tell me what you guys think about this as this gets dropped on the channel. Tell me what your thoughts are for tonight's show in the comment section. Y'all already know what time it is, man. This is Unhinged with Main Event Fro, the most unhinged podcast on YouTube. And man, thanks for guys tuning on in. Peace.